Team USA. So this is the new and improved looking Caitlin Clark. This is Caitlin Clark professional notes. Instead of in her rookie season, the first rookie to achieve a triple-double. She was named the 2024 WNBA Rookie of the Year. A lot of people still are interested, but there is also a lot of people that ain't interested in Caitlin Clark.
That moment right there is the reality check. Nobody in the WNBA wants to see numbers climb, dip, then fall off a cliff by day 3. But that is exactly what played out when Caitlin Clark stepped back on the floor for Team USA last weekend. In Raleigh, the data told a story that cut straight against the league's nonstop talk about long-term growth and expanding fan bases. The numbers don't lie. When viewership jumped on day 1 of Team USA camp, that was pure curiosity. People wanted a look. When the numbers slid on day 2, that showed casual fans drifting away. When they crashed on day 3, that was the market making it clear how thin this audience really is. If you are the WNBA and you are staring down a possible 2026 season, those trends should have you uneasy. This is not noise. This is a signal. January 6th matters. That date is the line in the sand.
On the CBA negotiations, from my understanding, they put forth another proposal for the WNBA players and the owners, but the players did not accept the new proposal. Now, we know January 6th was that 6-week timeline that we got before we either see another extension or another shutdown. Now, with that being said, I'm here to tell you, if we do not have a CBA signed by March or April, we gonna be in trouble. We gonna be in some serious trouble with the WNBA coming back for the 2026 season.
In roughly 6 weeks, the WNBA and its players must lock in a new collective bargaining agreement, agree to another extension, or risk a full shutdown. Reports already say the players turned down the owner's latest offer, and that math should make everyone nervous. If there is no CBA signed by March or April, a 2026 season is in serious doubt. A lockout does not just slow things down, it wipes out momentum. The WNBA's momentum right now is already slipping. Pointing to unrivaled as a safety net does not solve anything either, because that league failed to deliver the audience many expected. When your backup plan falls flat before your main product even pauses, that is not bad luck. That is a real problem staring the league in the face. Now let's break down what actually mattered coming out of Team USA camp, because beyond the headlines, this was the first real window into where Caitlin Clark truly stands right now. Chloe Peterson from the Indy Star became the first WNBA reporter granted extended access to watch Caitlin practice with the national team. And what she observed cuts through a lot of the noise surrounding her recovery from the eardrum injury she suffered during the playoffs.
And obviously, nationally, there was a lot of interest with Caitlin Clark, and obviously locally, we're Indy Star here. A lot of interest in Caitlin Clark returning. Just what did you see from her play? Did she impress? I know Cara Lawson talked highly of her, Suber as well. Just like, what did you see from Caitlin in USA camp being healthy?
Still there. That was one of my leads, was just, that shot of hers that we're also familiar with, very much still there.
The most noticeable takeaway was simple. The shot is still there. Those deep logo threes that turned Caitlin into a household name have not disappeared. Her range remains intact, and just as important, her speed is steadily returning. That matters more than people realize, because her quick first step is what forces defenders to overcommit, opening up passing angles and creating chaos for defenses that hesitate for even a split second. Physically, Caitlin looks close to full strength. She acknowledged feeling back to 100% from a health standpoint, which lines up with what was visible on the floor. The real issue right now is timing. After missing time, the rhythm is slightly off, and at this level, being half a beat late changes everything. Shots that normally fall clean are still there, but the flow between dribble, release, and decision-making needs reps to fully sync back up. In short, the injury did not take anything away from her skill set. The layoff, however, interrupted her cadence. That kind of rust does not vanish instantly, especially when the competition level jumps this high. Defense remains the subject many people approach carefully when discussing Caitlin's overall game. Watching her compete against Kelsey Plum during Team USA camp made that conversation unavoidable. Plum's pace, strength, and experience exposed moments where Caitlin struggled to stay in front, particularly while still shaking off lingering rust. It was not about effort. It was about reaction time and positioning against one of the league's toughest guards. Those defensive weaknesses became easier to spot in that matchup, and that is part of the growth process at this level. Camp environments are designed to test players, not protect them. Caitlin was tested, and the tape will matter. The most revealing stretch came later, though. When Caitlin lined up against Paige Bueckers, the energy on the floor shifted. This was not a debate about who is better or who deserves more hype. The real value was seeing how their styles interacted. Both players read the game quickly, move without the ball, and understand spacing at a high level. Instead of clashing, their skill sets hinted at compatibility. One thrives on deep shooting gravity, the other on control and balance. Together, the floor opened up. The pace slowed in a good way. That is the kind of pairing coaches think about long-term, not for viral clips, but for functionality. What Team USA camp showed was not a finished product. It showed progress, rust, pressure, and flashes of what could be next. Caitlin Clark is healthy, recalibrating, and still adjusting to elite competition. That reality matters more than any single drill or highlight. And that is the calculation Team USA is actually making right now. No one is getting cut from this camp. This is not about trimming a roster in the moment. This is about building chemistry with an eye toward 2028 and beyond.
Saw someone ask me like, oh, who's standing out and who looks like someone that's going to get cut. And that's not the purpose of this camp. You know, this is not a camp that's like, oh, hey, you're no longer going to be in the pool after this one camp, you know? So I think, those were some of my takeaways.
Letting players coexist, compete, and learn how they fit together long term. Now let's address the obvious topic people immediately locked onto. Team USA updated Caitlin Clark's official headshot and bio this week, and the image shows noticeable weight loss in her shoulders compared to her rookie season.
Today, shout out to off-season Caitlin Clark sources. Off-season Caitlin Clark sources be having the sources. They stated Caitlin Clark profile headshot has been updated on Team USA. So this is the new and improved looking Caitlin Clark. Now, as y'all can see here from this picture, judging by her shoulders, she lost a lot of weight. But this is the Caitlin we want to see. See, this is the Caitlin that shoot logo threes. And judging off the footage that came out this weekend, there was a lot of...
Before anyone jumps to conclusions, it is important to understand what that actually means. This is Caitlin at her natural playing weight, not the heavier version she carried through a brutal 40-game WNBA season plus playoffs. That extra mass was a product of endurance, recovery, and survival over a long grind. With rest and a lighter workload, her frame has settled back into what it normally looks like when she is not fighting through constant travel and contact. Her updated professional bio now reads like a history book.
The first rookie to achieve a triple-double. She was named the 2024 WNBA Rookie of the Year, the third female player to earn the honor. Additionally, was the only rookie selected in all WNBA first team, becoming the first rookie since 2009 and only the fifth overall to ever name the league's first team, drafted number 1 overall by the Indiana Fever in 2024.
Single season assist record. Rookie scoring record with 769 points. The first rookie triple-double in WNBA history. 2024 Rookie of the Year. First team all WNBA, making her only the 5th rookie ever to earn that honor. Seeing those accomplishments listed back-to-back removes any debate about the scale of what she pulled off in one season. That context matters, especially when media coverage enters the picture. Chloe Peterson later sat down with the Indy star for a nearly 2-hour interview, breaking down her Team USA access and what she observed on video. Despite being the first reporter granted that level of access to Caitlin Clark at national team camp, the video pulled surprisingly low engagement. Those numbers stand in sharp contrast to the traffic Caitlin generates during games, on social platforms, and through short clips. The gap says a lot about the audience. Fans show up to watch her play. They replay highlights and react to quick takes. But long-form breakdowns of her development do not hold the same pull. That disconnect reveals the reality of the current fan base and how attention around Caitlin Clark actually functions right now. The appetite just is not there. That is not a knock on Chloe Peterson's work at all. It is a reality check about what this audience actually wants. They want the spectacle, not the substance. And those are two very different things. So let's put all of this together and look at what it really means for the WNBA's future. The viewership trends from Team USA camp bounced up and down over 3 days and then fell hard by the final session. That is not sustainable growth. That is a fan base centered on one star, showing up when she plays and drifting away once the novelty fades. At the same time, CBA negotiations are stalled, with the January 6th deadline hanging over everything. If this stretches into March or April without a deal, the 2026 season is in real danger. Unlike past labor disputes, the WNBA does not have decades of built-in loyalty to fall back on. The league does not have a massive core audience that will wait patiently through silence. The momentum created in 2024 is already slipping, and a lockout would not slow it down. It would wipe it out. Caitlin Clark is physically healthy, but still working through rust from her eardrum injury. Her offensive game remains elite. The shooting range, the passing vision, the ability to bend defenses are all still there. Her defensive limitations are still part of the conversation, and Team USA is clearly evaluating how she fits alongside the next wave of talent, especially Paige Bueckers. These camps are not about today. They are about shaping the 2028 Olympic roster right now. The media side tells its own story. Coverage around Caitlin continues to explode when it involves highlights or controversy, but the interest drops fast when it turns into deep reporting. A 2-hour interview with exclusive Team USA access barely moved the needle. Meanwhile, a 30-second clip of Caitlin pulling up from the logo racks up hundreds of thousands of views. That gap exposes a hard truth about the difference between celebrity culture and true sports fandom. Here's the uncomfortable part that connects everything. The WNBA experienced a 1-year spike in relevance because Caitlin Clark entered the league at the perfect mix of talent, personality, and timing. But spikes do not build lasting businesses. Foundations do. And right now, that foundation is starting to crack. Viewership is trending down. The CBA remains unresolved. The backup plan with Unrivaled failed to deliver the audience many expected. The fan base that showed up for Caitlin in 2024 is already proving its interest comes with conditions. They will watch her play. They will not watch her practice. They will consume drama. They will skip analysis. So what happens if there is no 2026 season? What happens if negotiations turn into a full lockout? You lose a year of momentum. Caitlin loses a year of her prime. Casual fans who tuned in during 2024 move on to something else. And when the league finally returns, it is trying to restart from zero. The data does not lie. Those Team USA camp numbers told the story clearly. Day 1 was curiosity. Day 2 was decline. Day 3 was collapse. That is not a stable fan base. That is a novelty wearing thin. If the WNBA cannot turn Caitlin Clark's individual star power into institutional growth, then this run starts to look like a one-hit moment. The real question is not whether Caitlin Clark is still great. The question is whether enough people will still care by the time 2026 arrives. And based on the numbers right now, that answer is far from certain. This is where the story lands, and it is not comfortable. The WNBA is standing at a crossroads it did not plan for. One path leads to stability, patience, and long-term investment. The other leads to missed seasons, fractured momentum, and a fan base that already showed it does not wait around when the product disappears. Caitlin Clark did her part. She delivered ratings, attention, record books rewritten, and a full year where the league was part of the national sports conversation again. What happens next is not on her shoulders. It is on leadership, on labor negotiations, and on whether this league can turn a moment into a movement. The numbers from Team USA camp were not random. They were a warning. Curiosity shows up fast. Loyalty takes work. Right now, the WNBA has not proven it can convert one into the other. If a lockout hits, If 2026 goes dark, there's no guarantee those casual fans ever come back. This is bigger than one player, one season, or one contract dispute. It is about whether the league understands the difference between attention and attachment. Because attention fades quickly, attachment survives silence. So the question is simple. Does the WNBA learn from this moment, or does it waste the biggest opportunity it has ever had? That is where this saga pauses. Not because the story is over, but because the next chapter will be written by decisions made behind closed doors. If you want the real numbers, the media blind spots, and the stuff that does not make the highlight reels, follow Courtside Leaks and stay locked in. This story is far from finished. We've got every angle covered, every leak, every backstage twist, every moment they won't show you. Hit like, subscribe, drop a comment, and share this video. Stay locked in with Courtside Leaks, your home for the truth behind the WNBA